Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. I am here to introduce my rolling project pan for 2026. This is one of my favorite projects just because it is the traditional style project pan that has been around for a long time. I structure it the kind of same way that I used to see people do it back in the day, which was what inspired me to start project panning, and that is to have 10 products at any point in time rolling with a goal to finish. So I don't have any hit pan goals, no usage goal, nothing like that. All the products in this project I do ultimately want to finish. Fingers crossed I can get through them this year. We'll see. Some of these are definitely harder than others, but in general this is the project where I roll in the more kind of long haul products that I can track throughout the whole year. So I'm extremely excited to do another introduction for this project and kick it off for another year. I have been doing this since 2018, so it's been quite a few years now, and I absolutely love it. I'm going to jump into the video, but before I do that, if you're new here, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you in the family. Let's jump into the video. So I've already kind of covered the rules for this project. I don't really have specific rules. The only rules that I have are covered 10 products, goal to finish, and it's rolling. So anytime I finish something, I roll something new in. And that is basically all the rules that I have in this project. Yeah, nothing else really that I need to cover. So I'm just going to jump into the first product. And the first product is actually something that is making a comeback from last year. I rolled this one in for the last 2 months of the year, and that is actually a foundation. So I have my Huda Beauty Easy Blur foundation in the shade Shortbread 200B. So this is the shade that I have, and I was working on this one last year. I do have some marks right here, and I just filmed that update. So the bottom mark there is where I'm sitting now. I might try to rub off that top mark, just let me see if I can do that. I've rubbed off the top mark for the most part, so you can see kind of where I'm starting now, and that's going to be where I'm tracking it this year. But again, and this is going to be like the go-to foundation that I have in the project. It's not my favorite formula, and I feel like this foundation tends to not last the best. I have it on right now, but I've had to powder a couple times while filming, so it's not the best lasting powder, but it does look really nice on the skin. So it's a good foundation. I don't dislike it or anything, but I also know that it's not something that I'm going to reach for every single day, but fingers crossed I can get a lot of use out of this one, especially on filming days and things like that. Then we'll continue on with base products, and next up we actually have a primer. And this here, well, I guess some people don't see this as a primer, but I do. This here is the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Niacinamide Dewdrops, which is like a serum kind of primer hybrid. I use this one as a hydrating primer, and I really love it that way. So this product is relatively untouched. I have used it a little bit, but I also had a mini of this which I have reached for more. I just realized now I'm thinking I might have marked this slightly higher than it is. It's slightly below that mark. I might remark it after filming this, but I see in my ring light that it's just like a tad bit below. I think it's like right there. So I will remark this after filming. But this here is my favorite hydrating serum, and I really love this one. I've had it around for a while now, and I've been kind of holding on to it because it is the go-to thing that I want when I want something glowier and also hydrating. But it is a couple years old now, so I do want to get use out of it before it gets too old, and that's kind of why I'm rolling into this project, so I can keep tracking it and, you know, get use out of it. And I definitely would consider repurchasing this one afterwards. After I finish it, I think I probably will, but I can't hold on to this old bottle forever, so I need to roll in things that I actually love into projects too, and not just things that I want to get out of my collection, if that makes sense. So that is one of these products, and yeah, I really love this product a lot, like I said. And I'm excited to try this one. I have no idea how long it's going to take, but obviously because of the shape of the bottle, it's probably going to move faster in the beginning and then slow down. But I think this is also a product that I can reach for basically every single day. Another product that is making a comeback from last year is actually this one right here. This is my Becca Under Eye Corrector. So I'm going to roll the footage of what this one looks like right now. This is in the shade Light to Medium, and I rolled this one in last year into my project pan, and I was using this one completely from scratch. So when I rolled it in, it was completely brand new, and I want to see how long it takes me to actually finish one of these. So far in the project I have reached for this one 70 times, so that is going to be my starting point for this project, but I'm going to continue obviously tracking it this year and see how long it takes. But it's going to be in the project for a long time. These products, you know, I don't need very much of them, and it was again brand new. I'm only 70 uses in, But I do have a little bit of a dip, and I'm just gonna keep this until it's finished. I'm definitely gonna get through it this year, but I do reckon it's gonna be towards like the second half of the year. But I'm excited to work on it because it is one of my favorite like go-to base products. So I have that corrector, but I also actually have 2 concealers that I want to roll into this product. So quite a few concealers this year, but I do have a few that I want to get through. Next one is a new one to the project, and that is this here, which is my NYX Bear With Me Serum Concealer, or Concealer Serum. And I have this in this shade, does it say somewhere? Let me see. Yeah, I have mine in shade Light, I believe it is. So this have a little bit of use, but that is where I'm starting. So I do have a long way to go. It is quite a lot of product in here, 9.6 ml. So I think this is going to be in the product for a long time. It is not like super brightening, but it does work for me now. And I think towards the summer it's going to become a bit more brightening. But I'm excited to roll this one in and work on it. It's a really beautiful concealer. But I haven't reached for it too much because I've been kind of focusing on other things that I want to finish up. But it is now a product that I want to try to get through. And again, I feel like this is going to be beautiful both on the face and underneath my eyes. I might have to mix it with like a bit more of a brightening thing. For example, the corrector to make it a bit brightening under eyes. But in general, I think it's going to work really well for me right now. And yeah, I'm excited to work on it. It's exciting to roll in new products, new base products, and cheek products and everything, to be fair, into this project because I've been working on the same ones for so long in last year's projects. But then the second concealer that I have is actually a comeback from last year, and that is my Beauty Act concealer. This is the Hydra Luminous Concealer, and I have mine in the shade 01C. This here, if you've been following my product last year, I actually don't use as a concealer. It is beautiful as a concealer too, but it's quite light coverage. And I feel like I need a little bit more coverage than this provides me. And because of that, I use this one as an eyeshadow primer. And that's probably going to be what I continue doing. I do reach for this one every now and then in a blue moon as an actual concealer if I'm doing like a very light makeup day. But other than that, I do mainly reach for this one as an eyeshadow primer. And I just filmed my last update, but in that update, you could see that I do have a little bit of windowing showing in this product. Hopefully you can see that right there. So that is hopeful, and I don't know how long it's going to take me to finish. It's not a very large concealer, it only has 4 mils, but I don't reach for very much either because I just like put a little dot on each eye for my priming. So yeah, we'll see how long it takes in the project, but I'm excited to keep working on it because it does work really well and I have been using it day to day anyway. The remaining 5 products are all brand new to this project for this year. And next up we have a powder. This comes from Say and it has very reflective packaging. But this here is the Airset Radiant Loose Setting Powder in Translucent, which is basically completely brand new. I haven't actually done that, but I might actually go ahead and mark this one on the if I let it settle and see where it's sitting. It's quite hard to get settled, but I'm going to try to get this one to settle and mark it. But this is basically completely brand new. It has 4 grams of product, so not too much though, but it is a luminous setting powder. I got this one in an advent calendar. I do have some product in the lid as well, but I got this one in an advent calendar a couple years ago. I believe it was 2 years ago. And I just have not reached for this one very much. It is like luminous, so I don't really know how it's going to work on the eyes. I think I used it underneath my eyes before, but I feel like it just looks too shimmery. I feel like you can see there, like it's just too radiant. But I feel like this might work really nicely as like a finishing powder on the cheeks. And it does feel super silky on the skin. But I'm not using this one on its own as it is in my collection right now. So I want to roll it into a project to get use out of it. And if I fall in love with it, I can always repurchase. But it's not a loose powder that I kind of go to. Like it's not like, again, what I use on my eyes is like I kind of put like a loose setting powder underneath my eyes. And this one just is too shimmery for that. But I think I might actually really love this one as like a all over radiant or finishing powder. So that's what I'm going to use it for. If you have this powder or if you tried it, how do you use this powder? Because again, I haven't really played around with it enough to know how I like using it. So any recommendations for this one, let me know. But I think I'm going to use this one, like I said, it's like a buffering or finishing powder for my cheeks. I did roll in one product in here that I feel like is going to be a bit more of a give me product. I don't think it's going to be done like in a month, but maybe in like 2. But I'm not going to rush it because I absolutely love this product. But I do think I'm going to finish it relatively quickly. And that is my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless setting spray, which I don't have very much left of it. I've used this one organically and that is where it's sitting right now. I absolutely love this one as a setting spray. It's my go-to. I think it's absolutely perfect for long lasting, and it also like helps my skin look very kind of meld together, and it's just a great setting spray. I'm not gonna use this one every single day, but every time I go out or seeing people or need my makeup to last all day, I will go ahead and reach for this one, and hopefully I will be able to finish it relatively quickly. But I don't know, I haven't tracked the usage on this one before, so I don't know how long it's taking me to get to this point. But I feel like in general setting sprays aren't too difficult to finish, so fingers crossed this one won't take me too long. But if it does, I'm not like, you know, I don't really mind because I do love this product so much, and I don't want to waste it in this project. But I am excited to track it and get like to reach for it a little bit more than maybe I have, because I've been saving this one for more special occasions, but I definitely will try to reach for this a bit more in my day-to-day again when I need my makeup to last. Okay, so the last 3 products are probably some of the more exciting products because they're like the color type of products, you know, like blush, highlighter, bronzer, eyeshadow, those type of things. Spoiling a little bit maybe what I'm rolling in right there. But we're going to kick it off with this product right here, which is a blush. This is going to be the blush that I have in this project this year. I usually try to roll in a blush in the introduction of every year's project to try to finish out the year. Last year, as you might have seen, I was not able to get through the blush. That was the Frat Boy blush from the Balm. But I worked on that one all year and I did really enjoy it, but I was nowhere near finishing it. But that had 8.5 grams of product. This right here is a smaller blush and it already have a lot of love for me because I do really love this formula and this color. This is the Clinique Cheek Pop blush in the shade Plum Pop, which is just like a blue toned pink travel shade. You can see the imprint is already worn down a little bit, and this actually only has 3.5 grams, so way less than the Frat Boy blush. So I do think there's hope that I can finish this product, even though it is more of a baked formula, so it's less powder and less kick-uppy, and I think it's going to last longer because of that. But I also have, like I said, a lot of use on this one already. I definitely think I've used up at least 0.5 gram, so that would mean that I probably have like around 3 grams left, if not less. So I'm hopeful for this product and I'm really excited to reach for something different. It also is a very different blush than what I panned last year, so it's going to be fun to get to play with something new. So yeah, this is going to be the blush that I'm introducing to this year's project. We'll see how far I get with it, but fingers crossed I can actually finish it this year. And then the second to last product we have is actually a completely brand new product that I have not used at all yet, but I wanted to save for Project Pan, and it is time for me to roll it in, and it's still in the box. This here is my Natasha Denona Bronze and Glow Bronze and Highlighting Powder. So this is just like I don't know if this is a mini or if this is actually the full size, but it is a Bronze and Glow duo from Natasha Denona. It looks like this on the inside. You can see it's completely brand new. We have the bronzer and the highlighter. I'm really excited to play with these. Again, I haven't even swatched them or anything yet. And it does say here on the back that this one has 4 grams of product, so it would be 2 grams per pan. So it's not like much larger than like an eyeshadow. Well, depends on the eyeshadow, but like an eyeshadow half, maybe 2 eyeshadows, depending on again the size of them, per pan. So really not that much product, and I think I should be able to get through this one. The bronze is a little bit more red tone, and then the highlighter is a little bit deeper, but I do think I can get away with it, and fingers crossed at least. And if I can't, I might mix it with something different to make it work for me. But I'm excited to have this one in the project, and I'm excited to finally reach for it because I haven't. Again, I haven't really swatched it even. I kind of want to weigh this to track it because it is brand new, to see how much is in here. So I might do that, and I'll swatch it in the next update because I don't want to touch it before I actually have weighed it. But yeah, I'm just putting it back in the box to protect it for now. But I'm very excited to roll this one in and track it and see how long it actually takes to finish, because Natasha Denona is an expensive brand, and hopefully I'll like this because again, I haven't tried it yet, but I do feel like these are kind of basic products that I can use quite easily, and again, I do tend to like Natasha Denona products, so fingers crossed I like these too. And then we have one final product to talk about, and that is an eyeshadow, kind of. I decided to roll in an eyeshadow into this project. Of course, I will still be doing my Panda palette this year, which has a lot of eyeshadows in it, but I want to roll in something in this year. I actually am hoping to get through a couple of these this year because I've had them for so long and I don't use them as is like day to day. And that is some of my press glitters. So this right here, I'm going to roll the footage, is from Colourpop, and it's one of the press glitters, and this here is in the shade Overpacked, which is like a mauvey, cool tone, like purpley mauvey type of shade. It is really stunning, and I love these press glitters, but again, I don't tend to reach for them very often on their own, but I do want to roll them into this project. Maybe again, I'm going to start with one, and then I'm hoping to get through maybe one more this year. And I think I'm going to use this a lot on my nails, for example, but also on my eyes, and I feel like just having them in the project will mean that I reach for them. I did finish a mini press glitter last year in my palette, like BYOP, and it wasn't that difficult at all. I feel like press glitters are also way easier to get through than actual eyeshadows. So fingers crossed I can work through this one. This one, by the way, has 1.05 grams in it. And again, I might actually weigh all my products in this instruction. I haven't done that in the last couple of years, but I might bring that back this year. We'll see, at least for this project, because I'm trying to finish them. And if so, I will update you on the weights in the next update. But I think I will weigh everything this year and update you on that, because I think it's exciting too. But this one has 1.05 grams. And fingers crossed it won't take me too long to finish. Again, practicals tend to be a bit easier to get through than like regular eyeshadows. Those are the 10 products that I am introducing to my product pan this year, and I'm really excited to work on these. And some of them, like I said, are very long haul products, but a lot of these I think I can reach for on the day-to-day basis, especially those base products. And that's kind of again what I tend to roll into this project, is just products I can reach for very, very frequently. I don't think I'm going to have any empties necessarily next update, the first update of the year, but I think the one that will go the absolute fastest in this project is the Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. And then apart from that, I think the rest of the products will be quite long haul, but we're just going to have to see with this project. I think maybe with the Charlotte Tilbury setting spray, whenever I finish that up, maybe I will keep rolling in somewhat of a give me product. We'll see though, just so I can keep this project rolling. But otherwise, I think when we hit like the 4 or 5 month mark, I will probably start having quite a few rollouts every single month. But yeah, I really hope you're excited to see another year of a rolling project pan for me. Again, this is one of my favorite projects, and I feel like it's one of your guys' favorite project too, because I usually get quite a lot of positive comments and views and things like that on these videos, and I completely understand, because again, this is one of my favorite projects to watch too from other people. But I hope again you're having the absolute best day wherever you are, and I will catch you tomorrow in my next video, because I am actually posting every single day in January. So I'll see you again then. Bye guys.